Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
I know you were rocking out to that music. I do. Hi, Catherine and Helen. Lucy, Amber's in the house, and so's Jenny. So glad you're here. I'm back in my natural habitat wearing my trusty kale sweatshirt. Got the pony going. I know everybody feels so much better knowing that, I haven't completely left my stuff behind. Anyway, so glad you're here. Good to see you, Yvonne. Good to see you, Catherine, Lucy. All of you. Jackie's in the house as well. Nice to see you guys. We have a good show for you today. I think you're going to like it because today we're going to move the needle a little bit to the place of determination. Okay, we talked yesterday about permission. Now we're going to leapfrog into determination. I think it's going to be happy news for you. I think you're going to like this. Amy, Patsy, Lizzie, y'all are in the house. And so's Angie and Maureen. Good to see you. Thanks so much for showing up, Martha. It is a wonderful Wise Women's Wednesday. Don't you love Wise Women's Wednesday? Don't you? Yes, there is that frog. Hi, Gwen. Good to see you. Nice to have all of y'all in the house. Don't forget about your mindful mugs. We still have a few left. You can find out about a mindful mug, what it means, how to get one. You can get it free, and you can also pay for it if you want to. But go to savingdinner.com/mug to get all the details. This sunny, yellow, shiny, isn't it wonderful? Don't get mad about the results you didn't earn from the work you didn't do. Hello, 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 hello. Doesn't that just give you the cosmic 2x4? And we need that, I'm going to say. Right underneath me, you're going to see this little scrolly thingy going. I know. Don't you feel like you're watching the news or something? But I want you to save the date because on Saturday, April 24th, we are doing an all-day event called Full Bloom. All the details will be coming for you. Oh, heavens to Betsy, you will not believe what is coming. It's going to be so great. Plus, the swag bag, Amber's in charge of the swag bag, and you should be all sending her thank you notes because she has the most creative mind, and she's going to be putting together amazing things. You want to be a part of this. You really do. There's Diana joining us from YouTube. Hi, Diana. Good to see you. Anyway, we were really thrilled that you're all here, and we're going to get down into the weeds and make it all happen today. So glad to do that. There's my girl, Jocelyn. So glad to see you. Q&A's Friday. Who knows about Q&A? You've got questions. I've got the answers. I did hairdos. I've done it all on Q&A. All you have to do is send in your question to support@savingdinner.com, and in the subject line, put question for Leanne on Friday. I'll take care of it for you. I just want you to know I do coaching. It costs $140 per half hour. So this is free. You're getting it free on you right here every Friday. So send your questions in and let's get it done, girlfriends. Juanita is here. Good to see you. Kimberly Gray, love it. Jennifer, good to see you. And yes, you're all talking about my little dog, Lincoln. Is he not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? It's a silver lab with blue eyes, and I'm just out of my mind. I was going to get a pound puppy. I was all set. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But then this dog just presented itself on Craigslist. I was looking for something else, and there were these puppies, and puppies just popped into my feed. I don't know how. And when I saw that, it was like, it's over, totally over. Lincoln's going to be here April 2nd. So a week from yesterday, or a month from yesterday, we will have him, and you will be seeing him. He's going to be our mascot. He's our new doggy. I can't wait. Okay, I got to calm myself down. Mondays we start the sprint, right? Who is ready to go? Pinkies up if you're already on it. Pinkies up. This Monday, and this is our reset. This is our corrective measure that we take, for all the sins of the past, and we just get to clean house. I want you there. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint. Watch the webinar. Watch the webinar. And by the way, this may be one of the last webinars that we're doing. We're kind of shifting things a little bit. We're cleaning some stuff up. We're making it happen. I want you to go watch the webinar. The webinar explains it soup to nuts what the whole deal is. It's going to help you a lot. savingdinner.com/sprint. Got it? I like it. Denise is in the house. Good to see you, Denise. Yeah, go check it out. We need the hot milk sprint, you guys. I mean, we need this. It is our prescription for cleanup, isn't it? It's amazing what happens. Newsletter and show notes, you just simply get that by going to savingdinner.com and signing up. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to spam you. I'm going to give you good stuff every single day, including today's show notes will be in tomorrow's newsletter. So if you want the show notes, what are you waiting for? There's my girl, Joanne. Good to see you. Noreen, good to see you as well. Glad you're here. Noreen said she just watched the webinar a second time. That we have people who have been to that webinar probably 10 times. Do you know why? Mary Frances, lots of soup, not many nuts. Well, except me. I'm there. But you know why? Because it helps. When we understand, the science is clear. When we understand something and why we're doing what we're doing, we're more apt to do it. Duh, right? We need this. So let's get ahead of the curve and do this. We got Lisa, Jane, Mimi's here. Yay, Mimi, good to see you. So yeah, Amy's watched it a few dozen times, I'm sure. Amy's been with me for a very long time. Quote decks are still in the shop. I don't know what happened to the quote part of it, but oh, there it is. There's my deck. I had it all hanging out here. I've been playing with all of this. I mean, what's such delicious quotes in here? How about this one? Stop wearing your wishbone where your backbone ought to be. That was the cosmic 2x4 hitting you right where you need it. And then you get these little stands. Aren't they so cute that you can put the quote that's inspiring you for today right there in front of your eyeballs where you need to see it, because this is our intentional environment that we're setting up, right? We need that. savingdinner.com/quote to go get yours. We're down to just teensy weensy numbers left on all of those. You guys almost sold us out during the gala, but I want you to get yours so that you have this. When we set up intentional environments, we're less likely to fall down. As a matter of fact, it builds us up. We don't have to rely on that old thing called willpower, which is been proven not to be very effective. It's all about your environment. This is an intentional environment. Check them out, savingdinner.com/quote. You buy two, by the way, you get free shipping on that. Just the two. That's all I've got to say. So somebody you know needs this. Our quote of the week. Look at this. All right. Hold on to yourself. Treat your body like it belongs to someone you love. Man, I heard that in the middle of a workout and I was just like, drop it. Another cosmic 2x4. We need that help, don't we? We need that help. We need to know that we need to love ourselves that much. And we are always on the back of the burner. Have you noticed that? We push ourselves to the back of the burner. This is saying put yourself to the front of the burner, because if you do, then you're going to have more energy, more ability, more space in your life to really love and not just get through the motions. I hate that. I'm just going through the motions. Who wants to live a life going through the motions? I want to live a life on fire that's vibrant. Amen? Let's do that. Excuse me. All day long I've been supplement of the week. Boy, oh boy, you guys have been loving this because we've never done this one before. And it's our core four. Everything in that. These are the supplements that I put a lot of research into. What are the nutrients women are most likely to be missing in their diet? Most likely. What do they need most? Well, here's what I came up with. You've got your CalMag in proper perspective, proper ratio, 1-to-1, by the way. Majorly important unless you want calcification in your arteries or kidney stones. The new research tells us this. Next, B complex. and methylate it so that we all can use it. I've told you my story on how Caroline, my daughter, was in a car accident and the doctor said this close to having spina bifida. Why? Because 60% of the population does not methylate well. And that means you're not getting your folic acid, right? That's what happened. She had a car accident and had to have an x-ray, and they had little tiny dots, all open little places up and down her spinal cord. Why? Because she wasn't getting enough folic acid in utero. So boy, did I feel guilty about that. But I didn't know. I didn't know about methylation. I didn't know about any of this. But these work. Vitamin D. Hello. This is how we build our immune system. Works in conjunction with the CalMag for strong bones and muscle, by the way. And any woman over the age of 45 who's not taking care of that kind of stuff, or over the age of 40, I will say, because perimenopause and all of that. Come on, ladies. You know, we have to protect our bones. We have to protect our muscle, and the muscle protects the bones. So all of it works synergistically together. And then CoQ10 is essentially for our hearts. Women have more heart disease than breast cancer. Did you hear what I just said? More heart disease than breast cancer. These core four work on your behalf. Get it at savingdinner.com/show. Start taking this on a regular basis. It will change your life. The testimonials we've gotten on these are just like, I can't believe how much better. See, Lizzie's talking about it. I know a whole bunch of you take them and just absolutely adore them. When you get our core four, you're also going to get a bundle of 3 ebooks with Sprint approved recipes. Stop the presses. I mean, come on. You know, we're in this for the long haul. Don't you want delicious food to go with it? You know, that's one of the biggest myths out there, that if you're eating healthy, you're eating cardboard food. No, not at all. You're eating something delicious. On my watch, it's something delicious. So thank you for sharing, Rosemary. Are you a sharer, by the way? When you share, you care. That's what I like. The only other thing that I have to tell you about that I don't know, if anybody has seen my son's commercial, I keep talking about that, but you know, I get to do the proud mom stuff, don't I? Right? I am telling you. It's the Jeep commercial for President's Day sale, Kayaker. And you'll see the red Jeep come up and the driver on there. If you look, you'll see dimples on the driver. That's my son. That's my son, Peter. He's a professional kayaker and all-around good kid. So I just am loving it. I love that it's there. So if you see it, let me know. Today we're going to really talk about yes, he is a handsome young man. We are going to be talking about determination because yesterday we were talking all about permission. Because one of the things that hooks us up and keeps us from doing the priorities that we really want in our life, and not just giving it lip service, but really getting into the weeds about what is a priority in our life, is giving ourselves permission to say yes to the right things and no to the things that just should not be there. If you didn't see yesterday's show, definitely go take a look at it, because it was kind of a revelatory thing, I should say, in my mind, about how we give permission to really dumb stuff, and we don't give permission to the stuff that we want in our lives. That's huge, and it makes all the difference in the world. So let's take a look at what determination is really about too, because we've talked about determination and how determination, it really does separate the goats from the sheep, because determination is what takes you through the rough patches when you don't feel like it, when it's struggle is involved, when there's, it's not easy anymore. Determination is the thing that helps to move the needle in your life and really put your habits on fire. And this is the stuff I want to talk about, simply because, it's habit formation and daily staying with those habits that gets us to the place of goals. So one of the things that I think is kind of at the preemptive strike, if you will, for getting to this place is making a decision about who you are. Your identification helps to really amplify determination, doesn't it? So if you wake up first thing in the morning and you think about who you are, who you want to be, and who you hope to be, and you just decide that you are her, even if you don't look like her, then you will be her. That's part of that identification thing. They're like magnets to each other. They just go bzzz, click, and they hook right in. I love that part of it because it really helps. I'm a 62-year-old woman, and I say every single day, I am an athlete. I do not look like an athlete, but I say I'm an athlete. I perform like an athlete. I'm eating like an athlete. I'm thinking like an athlete. I want to be an athlete. I don't want to go out and run races. I don't want to go out and win medals or anything, but I know as an athlete, I'm going to feel my best. As an athlete, I'm going to be fit. So what is my identification? I am an athlete. I don't beat myself up for not looking exactly like a 25-year-old athlete. I take myself where I am today and identify with what it is that I want. I want fitness. Fitness and athletes go hand in hand, don't they? So this is why I say I am an athlete every day. So you got to wake up and be her and not sit there and say, yeah, but I don't look like an athlete. I don't feel like an athlete. I'm too old to be an athlete. Cut it out. Identify with what it is that you want. That's our starting place. Foundational, absolutely imperative, to getting everything done. So how do you then take this identification and move into the determination? Well, that's what we're talking about today, because determination is the no quitting zone. It is, we do not quit. And what do we always say? What is today? Wise women don't quit on themselves, do they? Ever. But when we get to the place, when we feel like quitting, we all do, right? We all have this place where it's just too hard. It's just whatever. We all feel like that. It's human. But not if our identification is so firmly looped in. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like quitting, but I'm not going to, because I have determination on my side. And that leads to grit. That's another one. And we've talked about get grit, don't quit, amen. This is it. Patsy's age is unlisted, by the way. I love it. Mine's unlisted too. Well, no, it's not. I've told the whole world. I really don't care. Once upon a time, I just flipped out. I didn't want anybody to know I was over 50. Then I didn't want anybody to know I was over 60. And then finally, and I think that's part of the wise women equation, by the way, I was like, who cares? You know what? Who cares? I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they say, oh, she's too old or she's too this or she's too that. All right, bye, see ya. I am who I am. I own it. It's part of my identity of being a 62-year-old athlete. So boom, there it is. So again, we're about how do we create this? How do we get to this place? And I call it specific systemization. It's just a fancy word for determination and habits. That's all it is. But it feeds the fire of determination. It feeds the fire when you systemize things a little bit, so you have an idea that one by one, this is what you're doing. And it also helps you to see, like, this is what I'm going to do next. This is what I'm going to do next. Because I'm going to tell you this, you know how I feel about goals. I love goals. But you know what a goal is? It's just the outcome that you want. That's all it is. That goal's not going to do one thing for you unless you systemize a system, and very specifically of habits to get you there. And I want you to think in your mind's eye, when I'm talking about this, I want you to think about tremendous athletes that you've seen in the past, like people like Michael Phelps, for example. I mean, just, think about all the work that he did, all the work he kept in his mind eye. He had in his visual, what he visualized, gold medals, and he certainly did it, didn't he? But even better is our friend Diana Nyad, which I love to talk about, because what a determined woman. I mean, grit runs through her bloodstream, doesn't it? She never quit on herself. And at 64 years old, that's when she finally hit her mark and got that goal. But it was all born on the back of determination. It was all born on the back of a systemized, very specific systemized habits that got her to that place so she could do the work that she needed to do in order to get to the goal. That's where we are. That's what we're going to be all about and getting to, right? All right. So, this is something, and we also need to understand that even when we don't see progress is being made. You don't just suddenly drop 50 pounds. You drop it by the ounce. And then one day you wake up and you go, you know what? I went from here to there. And you've watched the weight drop. You've watched the weight drop. Or same with lifting weights. I'm lifting heavier weights now, y'all. Yoo-hoo. My speed around the lake has gotten faster in my power walk. All of this stuff happens little by little. It's not like you make these massive, huge leaps. You incrementally do this. And this is what habit does for you. This is what it does. So it separates the doers from the wishers. You hear people say all the time, oh, well, I wish I had time for that. Well, of course you have time for that. You just haven't made the time for that. I wish I could do that too. Well, you could. You just decided not to. I wish. People wish their lives away instead of doing something about it. And what I'm talking to today, the determination factor here and the specific systemization of habits so that we can get there, are people who've decided that they're done with wishful thinking and want to go into the doer category. This is sheep and goats, folks. That's what it is. So, if you want to be a sheep. Pinky's up on that one. I think I did a pretty good imitation. So, the other thing that I think about too is think about all of the people out there, athletes, especially like gold medal athletes. Do you not think that every single person that goes to the Olympics has made a decision that this is something that they want to pursue? They want that gold medal. That's why they're there in the first place. But what makes a person a Michael Phelps? What is the differentiator there? And in my mind, it was his fierce habits. It was the determination. It was the daily stuff. Yes, he had some talent to go with it. Let me just say, and they also say she's got like the long, the long spindly arms or whatever kind of whatever he had. I mean, he had the stuff to go and do it. But my point is that determination, without that determination, he could never do it. So let's take a look at all of this because I think this is important. Determination, we know, creates grit, and we know that. But how do we harness our weak determination, because we all have some weak determination, and turn it into absolute fierceness? Because in order to accomplish these things, we have to be fierce, like mother hens over our chicks, like women on a mission, like get out of the way, I'm going to get this done. So I've got 10 things for you. I think they're going to help you. I hope you're taking notes, those of you who take notes. Otherwise, they will be in the show notes in tomorrow's newsletter. So make sure you get signed up just by going to Saving Dinner and just sign up for a newsletter. It's that simple, okay? So number one is your intention. I kind of started the show with that, didn't I? I am is a powerful statement. What follows I am is absolutely crucial. Who do you want to be? I am a thin person. I don't care if you weigh 500 pounds. I am a thin person. What do thin people do, right? This is the whole thing. You start with being who you want to be. Just take on, that's my identity, okay? I don't care what everything else looks like. I don't care if it seems incongruous. Just take it on, because number two will help you. And that's your question matrix. We've talked about this before. Why? Why do you want this? You have to keep going until it lands. You have to keep asking those why questions. And for me, and I'll use my example because this was kind of like a, wow, this woke me up. Because I kept saying, I want to be fit. And then I kept missing. And I was like halfway there and sometimes 75% there. But, I know that you really got to be hitting. If you're trying to build something like a new, stronger body, you got to be in it every single day. You got to be in it. So what do? Well, you keep going until it lands. So I kept saying to myself, I'm an athlete. Why? Because athletes are fit. Why do I want to be fit? Because I want to have a certain level of vibrancy. I know women who are my own age, and it's sad. They don't get around, they don't walk, they don't do anything. They sit all day long. They don't have the vibrancy. I want to prevent all the stuff that could happen and say instead, no, healthy equals fit. So what do I need to do to be fit? I'm going to be an athlete. And then I landed all of that. And that's what made the difference in my life. That's what showed up for me. You need to do the same because, your mileage may vary. You might have a different perspective and a different, whatever your goal is, it really doesn't matter. It's just, does it land? Is this your why? Keep asking those why questions until you get it. Number 3 is deliberate practice. Even when you don't want to, even when it's hard, even when it's a struggle, even when you have to kind of move things around to make it happen, it is what creates the strong practice in the first place. It's what creates strong habits. And we just need to be very deliberate about that. Deliberate means that we're not going to mess. Deliberate means that, even when things get kind of messed up, we don't flip out and say, well, I can't do it now. No, we say, okay, so how do I move the pieces around a little bit? I had to do that today because normally I'm getting up around 6:30 in the morning, getting my stuff done full force, getting it all done and getting it put away. And by the time you see me, I'm showered, I'm ready to go, this, that, and the other thing. Well, today I slept 10 hours. I needed it. I usually sleep 7 to 8 hours anyway, but today I needed it because I'm really working hard on this fitness thing. So if that's the case, your body's telling you something. So what am I doing? I've got it all mapped out for later on today. I'm not going to miss. I'm just changing things up a little bit. Having that ability to be flexible is absolute gold, right? You've heard that before. Blessed are the flexible, for they will not be broken. True. So this is number 4 is plan B for tough days like today. Like I just told you, don't quit. Shift, for heaven's sakes. It's like sailing a boat, you go where the wind goes. You shift and change it. Otherwise you're dead in the water. It's the same thing with great habits. Your habits need to follow you. Sometimes you can't follow the habit. So number 5 is get rid of the mental fatigue by creating absolutes. And I don't mean this with everything, but with some things. For example, in the food addiction webinar, by the way, if you haven't seen it, go check it out, savingdinner.com/freedom. If that's you and you've got the issues, man, oh man, you got to go take a look at this because I share all about what I've gone through for the last 30 years and how I shifted all of that. It makes a big, big difference. But like never and always rules for certain things, like never eating out of a bag again, never eating fast food, never and always, I always close the kitchen after I'm done eating. The kitchen's closed. That tells your brain, pay attention. Pay attention. The kitchen's closed. No more snacking after dinner. So we can change things if we put always and never rules in place for the things that we want to change. Number 6 is commit to it. In the Sprint Plus, we have the Sprint Plus commitment contract. And in it, it's tough. You want to hear some tough language in it? So I will not let one small slip to steal my worth. I will further respect myself by refusing to engage in any negative talk. I am committed to finding new outlets for comfort beyond the old ways of stuffing my feelings with food. And on it goes. Tough stuff. And to get us to the place of I am absolutely 100% in it to commit it. Now, I haven't seen Sarah today, but Sarah has taken this commitment contract. She has, what do you put the plastic stuff on it, whatever. I can't remember what you call that. Great, right? And every single day she signs it, a new commitment to herself laminate. Thank you. She laminated it. And she signs a new contract to herself every single day. That's how you stay present with what it is that you want to do, what it is that you're trying to create for yourself. Number 7, determine how as you go. You don't have to have the whole thing laid out. What you have to have is, this is what I want to do. These are some of the things that I'm going to do. And I am going to hold on with all of my strength, with all of my determination, with grit coursing through my veins like Diana Nyad. And I'm going to do this thing. That is it. And the hows magically show up, don't they? You don't have to have it from A to Z done. You just have to have it from A to B or even A to C. You know what you need to do. Do it. Just start. Just start it. And that's the part of the magic sauce, is just getting started. Number 8 is being open to realign all the things that you have assigned. It's your realignment assignment. So we have alignment assignments, right? Our alignment assignment is being in alignment with what it is that we want. Sometimes we have to realign it. This isn't working out. I told you, like, again, back to my fitness thing, it wasn't working out for me to do it in the afternoon. It wasn't working out for me even to schedule it like at 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was, where it seemed like it would be a good time, because inevitably I'd be wrapped up in something else or some other project, or something would come up on Slack or whatever it was. So I changed things. I realigned it so that it was the first thing. It was called, I told you about eating the frog, or putting in the big rock in your jar first, or, however it is that you want to look at it. But doing first things first, that's why we're here on this whole assignment. So, another good example is if you have knee issues that are popping up from the exercise that you're doing, do you quit? No. You change your exercise so you don't challenge your knees in a way that don't need to be challenged. It's just, that's our flexibility, our realignment. And it just makes so much difference because it keeps us on that same fierce determination path. And 9 is keeping your eye on the prize. There is a gift at the end of all of this, And part of it is, if you dare to look, that journey is what's creating the whole pathway there. I think about the Wizard of Oz, right? Follow the yellow brick road. When she was on the yellow brick road, she had to shift how many times? There were flying monkeys, there was a witch, there was all kinds of stuff. There was this, all the characters that she came across and what she discovered about herself. Yeah, there's a lot, of hidden messages, if you will, in the Wizard of Oz, but the journey was absolutely necessary for her to get to the prize. And that's what it is for us. In order to get there, we gotta do the work. We got to do it. And we have to embrace the work. We get to do this. Isn't that just a thrill? It sure is. Keep your eye on the prize, and also keep your eye on the fact that doing it and being able to do it right now is indeed part of the prize. It's just, you just haven't opened up the whole package all the way. And number 10, of course, is determination like this. It creates the most incredible vibrancy you will ever experience in your life. It is everything. It is everything, because it takes you out of just letting life happen to you having life happen for you in the way that you want. And I promise you, as you just make this shift in your head and you start looking for evidence to support all of this, it'll show up. It'll show up and your life will become a miracle. That's all of it. This is it right here, that determination that I am going to have a vibrant life. This is the path that I'm going to have. And this is the system that I'm going to use. These are my habits that I'm going to build. And I'm going to do it with a joyful heart. I'm going to do it knowing that this is a privilege, not afforded to all people. You get to do this. Isn't that just so great? How can we say no to that? Yeah, there's going to be times where it's a little tough. Yeah, it's going to be times where you're just like, ooh, gosh, and you're going to have to pull that determination out of somewhere, the bottom of your feet, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, if you do it, if you stay the course, if you be and say and identify with determination and the system that goes with it, all those delicious habits we just discussed, you're going to have the most incredible, vibrant life ever. Every single area of your life is going to light up. Dare me, right? Double dog dare me if you want to, but tell me, if this is you, if this is where you are, you might want to start with the sprint with us, because if you can get this area of your life under control, it is just going to cascade down like a waterfall into all the other areas of your life. I have seen it on repeat over and over again. So join us at savingdinner.com/sprint. Go get your guide, get the webinar, and get started. We start on Monday. Meanwhile, stay tuned for tomorrow, because tomorrow is Thirsty Thursday. And I've got something up my sleeve. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I have no idea. Let's just be honest. But we will be on tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. And just remember this, your determination determines exactly the kind of life you're going to lead. What do you want it to be? I want for you to have the vibrancy you want. And you get to make those decisions on what that looks like. How about that? So I hope you enjoyed today's show. I hope it meant something for you. Don't forget, you can go get the notes anytime. Go to savingdinner.com, get our newsletter, and you'll be able to get those notes. Share this, would you? Share it with a friend. Bring a friend with you into the sprint this time, and let's light our whole community on fire. I love it. And Amy, I saw that you shared our new little ad. Thank you for that. You are a doll. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you again for showing up every single day. You really are special, and you make my life so much better. I appreciate you. Peace be with you. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.